Something very ironical about what's happened in my life is before I ever experimented with drugs or had any kind of dependency, I would go through these bouts of depression that would, after long enough, I would forget what it feels like to feel good or inspired and that, after enough years of that, that's when I started experimenting with drugs. And what's really peculiar for me is, like before I ever tried cannabis, I would struggle with apathy, with not having motivation, and not being able to pay attention or have any interest in anything. And the interesting thing is, since I was already that way on the natural, I somehow got this effect from cannabis where I was able to get inspired. And it's almost like the whole thing with ADD, where if you don't have ADD and use the medications, it can be an upper, or I don't know. It's different for those that really struggle to pay attention and take it. That's a different experience. So I kind of relate that with my experience with cannabis. And as far as paying attention, I started taking kratom last year, and then slowly it creeps up on you, and I was taking more and more as the depression would set in, and then there's the diminished returns over time. And it's crazy because I've been through this and quit before, and it's like you forget all the things. And not really having a good support group. I'm going to start looking for one, though. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is this strange predictability that happens with relationships. And this goes for the time I was not using anything, and still when I'm, and then when I got, when I had addictions. My first major addiction, other than coffee, was cigarettes, and I've slowly been able to get that out of my life. And alcohol was the other one, on and off for a little over 10 years, I would say. I'm 36 now, and no wait, I'm 37. People say time flies by, but it really doesn't. 10 years is a long time. I think the reason people say that is they just forget how long it is, how many minutes are in a day. But my life has been a chore before and after being addicted. So it's kind of a different situation for me than it's going to be for most people. But what I want to talk about in this video is the dynamics I've experienced with relationships. And it's often been where, whether it's a fling or a full-on relationship, when I really open up and share with authentic honesty, that kind of freaks people out. It's like too heavy for them. It's too much. But it's just in my nature to be completely authentic. But people don't seem to like that. It scares people. And it's become predictable. I used to be hopeful when new relationships or opportunities came, and I would imagine how it would evolve and grow and could become something. But after long enough of it going the opposite way, I don't even really try that power of attraction thing anymore, because it doesn't seem to make a difference. And now it's just predictable, and nothing's changed, even though my orientation on it has changed. Nothing externally has changed with that. Which really does feel like what Robin Williams talked about how it feels like this is a prison, a soul trap. It's a machine. It just it's like it's already AI generated and not human. Like it's not like we have certain needs as a human, and to not have those needs is like being impaired or crippled, like disabled. And when you're disabled, yeah, you can learn things from what that's like, but you don't get the experiences, like all the experiences you could have, because you can't do that thing. And it also seems to, like, I feel this deterioration that's happening, which freaks me out because I have relatives who've had Alzheimer's and dementia, and it's really sad and really depressing. Like, that stuff should not happen to really good people, and it does, and that's one of the really hard things about this life. And I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac with that, because like the depression, everything in my life and the events, it just kind of is declining slowly. And I'm like, yeah, probably the addiction, probably all the heartbreak, all the depression, it all adds up. The causality is very substantial. So I forgot where I was going with that. Authenticity, yeah. I've had people just want to end, like when it comes to relationships with girls, when I really opened up to them, not in a needy way, just telling them kind of a little bit of my background and my story, it freaks them out. And they just like, what really hurts is when they're like, oh, I don't think I can do this anymore, like right after you open up to them. It's just like, wow, that really hurt, that I was authentic and vulnerable, and you're just like, nope. And it's really sad, honestly. It just adds to the already, it's like, oh wow, they're just like part of the machine or something. It feels like I can see why for certain people that go through enough struggles, they don't really look at people as people. I still do. Don't worry, I still do, but it feels like, I'm like, is this person even a real person? They just do the same thing that everyone else does. And I mean, yeah, a lot of us do the same things, like eat and talk and sleep. But the way people react is all the same. Mostly the same. Not all the same. That's an exaggeration, but mostly the same. People are scared of authenticity. They're scared of adventure, trying new things, necessary risks. Sorry I'm talking so quietly. I don't have very much privacy where I live, and I don't want to wake up my housemates by a loud conversation. But this is a good time for me. It's very early in the morning. And my mind's just been plagued with all the things weighing me down, and I've been working to get out of it. But it just seems more insurmountable as time goes on, so it'll be interesting to see what catalyst happens and what the criteria for that is. And, only time will tell. And I have grace for myself. I'm naive. We're all naive. We're all in the dark and gaslit about a lot of things. And so due to the ignorance and the heartbreak and the limitation of our consciousness, we're really stunted. And, some people are more okay with that than others. But invariably, it's been very difficult for me. And it's hard to find other people to talk about these things with. And I just want to say, if you deal with this, just know you're not alone.